You know, Divine Lunga plays an absolute. I mean, you're exposing yourself because you as a centre back, because that's what he was playing today, was not the left back, playing at centre back, plays the ball into a dangerous area like that when both himself and Mali Koza had opened up to give Dennis the options. Now you're exposed. If you don't play an inch perfect pass in that situation, you're going to get punished because there's absolutely no cover. Nobody's going to be able to help out there. That ball into Allende there, it literally has to be inch perfect. And Ngwenya reads it beautifully. As you can see, he anticipates it. He's pressing Resinho, but he at the same time sees the movement of Allende. And then he's literally waiting for that pass. And immediately, as Lunga's shaping to make the pass, he reacts and does beautifully.
And you know, Maki, in a build-up, you can't have risky passes. And that is one thing that let the Mamelodi Sundowns down in this instant, where the number one rule of build-up is saying you inviting the opposition to come mark you. But in this instance, Lunga passed before the striker could come and mark him. So that's why they made it easier for Mahlangu to come and steal the ball there. For Letswalo to come and steal there, because they didn't even make them work. Because if you check, there is 3 against 4. And 5 with the goalkeeper. You cannot afford to lose the ball in that moment because you're still safe. So with the build-up, has to be safe, has to be clear. You must be clear with what you're doing. I don't think Lunga there was clear with what he wanted to do. He played a risky pass instead of going for a secure part in Resino, bounce it off, and he's still free because it didn't look like he's pressurizing him to win the ball. He just wanted to make him pass the ball, and I thought with his experience, he should know better when the striker wanted to pass him.
All right, and I think the big talking points and a big question for a lot of the Masanda Wana fans is just that starting 11 from Mamelodi Sundowns today. Of course, the only player in that starting 11 that started against Orlando Pirates midweek was a 2-1 victory. Of course, for Mamelodi Sundowns midweek was just Nuno Sanch. The rest of the players, all changes. Let's now hear from the losing coach here, because now he literally just has the league to play for Mamelodi Sundowns, with them being knocked out of the Nedbank Cup.
And that's how it ends here at the Solomon Mahlangu Stadium. An unfortunate defeat for Mamelodi Sundowns out in the round of 16 in the Nedbank Cup. And I am standing with Coach Miguel Cardoso. Coach, a hard defeat. You can see it in the faces of the players. Let's start with your reflections of the game.
I think we can only complain on ourselves. When you put yourself 2 down, with a mistake as we did in the first goal, that we give the ball for them to score, and then we make a penalty that is completely avoidable, there's not much more to say. Then we have 2, 3, 4 chances, I think, to score clear chances. We don't do the goal. We have to take the responsibility of this. It's a competition where we cannot make this kind of mistakes, of course. There's no return, so we gave ourselves to be punished, let's say.
And Coach, I suppose one of the tricky things with the congested schedule is that you have to make these changes because of the 2 high-intensity games that come from. However, it's also tricky when it comes to the momentum that the players can have.
Obviously. Not only we had to change players, but also we could not put them in the match as soon as we thought that would be important. But the question here is that obviously we expect the other ones to understand what importance of the game they were playing. But unfortunately it seemed that the message was not well received by everybody. We need to take the responsibility of it and move forward.
Coach, the schedule is not relenting. When you look at your upcoming opposition, you have teams like AmaZulu coming up, Kekana United coming up, teams that are hoping to catch Mamelodi Sundowns with such a tough title race.
Look, those teams are not much different from TS Galaxy. We cannot think about the others when we make the mistakes that we did today and put us 2-0 down on a match. Or we take it to the limit like we did in the previous ones, or we don't rise to the level that where we need to be on the able to indeed cope with the challenge that we have ahead, of course.
Hard luck, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Coach Miguel Cardoso saying that Mamelodi Sundowns has no one to blame but themselves for missing out on some of those opportunities, and also allowing TS Galaxy to find the back of the net on 2 occasions due to the errors that they made. Let me get your thoughts on that statement from the coach, Hask.
Yeah, very sober in what he's saying. They got punished, they made mistakes, they got punished for it. And then they did have the opportunities. I think the one big chance for Peter where ball is played over the top beautifully and he has to take a first touch. He doesn't quite get a good touch on it, or he could have just finished it first time. You know, those are defining moments in a game, and you expect a player of the quality of Shalulile to really capitalize on those kind of moments. But yes, it's unfortunate, but he's right in what he's saying. They only have themselves to blame for this loss.
They have themselves to blame for this loss, Klompo, but we also have to touch on Tape Ira and what he was doing in goals for TS Galaxy today, because he came through with some crucial saves.
He saved the team. I thought it was going to be a man of the match with the amount of saves that he made. The one from Tesh, that was a defining moment where I thought had Mamelodi Sundowns scored there, it was going to be a different game altogether. So, yeah, for him to come up, you need your goalkeeper, especially in moments like this where you need him to save you. I thought he played very, very well today.
Well, it is a tale of missed chances as well as mistakes for Mamelodi Sundowns, but on the other side of the field, it was a tale of hope, belief that turned into a victory and a place in the quarterfinals for the first time for TS Galaxy, of course, since lifting the trophy in 2019.
Coach, let's start with your thoughts on that performance. 2-0 victory, a progress to the quarterfinals.
First of all, I can be happy because how we manage the game, how we push young players in starting 11, and then how we prepare our game, how we want to press, how we press, and then young players score beautiful goal. I'm so happy because he have a deep debut and he scored goal. Very important how we analyze, how we prepare our game, and we exactly press opponent on the same way how we prepare. And then we score one beautiful goal, and also second goal is from set pieces. We know it will be difficult if we just put cross inside. We try to play some combination, and then we need to switch side. We switch the side. We isolate Mahalambi. He have ability to play 1 against 1. It's clean penalty for us, and then we score second goal. About 19 minutes, I say, yes, if we can, I want to finish game in 19 minutes. I don't want to spend a lot of energy, but it is difficult game against Mamelodi Sundowns. Special first half, I think we play perfect. Second half, we agree in the dressing room to let the opponent have more possession, more ball in the legs. We set up our team the low zone, and then we try to have some counter-attacks up front, and we have some opportunity to score. We miss, but in the end I can be happy, and truly I want to give all credit to my players how we played today.
Coach, I want to speak about going into halftime, leading 2-0, and of course the Sundowns bench with the likes of Zwane, Mudiba, Murena as well. What do you then say to your players to keep this game going?
You know, for my experience, 2-0, it's more difficult, and I don't like that result in halftime, because you concede 1 goal, it's mess in the team. And then I want to be sure how we can survive 15 minutes. If we survive 15 minutes, if we manage that, and then if we close middle, I think we can finish game without goal, with a clean sheet. And then we have a success. I think also players do a great job in the middle, run a lot, fight for every ball. We don't give up, and in the end we have a 2-0 and clean sheet.
Coach, you were excited earlier to tell me about Spamandla Ngwenya, 19 years old, and what a dream starts for him.
That's it, what TS Galaxy do. We believe in young players. Yesterday he celebrated a birthday. He scored a beautiful goal. I think he have great skills and ability to be top players. And then we want to invest in him, work with him hard. Yes, it will be tough. It will be not easy, but it's on us to work with him and improve him a lot, to bring him to be on the top players.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you so much.
And that is coach of TS Galaxy, Coach Adnan Beganovic, winning 2-0, a goal on debut a day after his birthday for Spamandla Ngwenya. Junior Zindoga seals it with a 2-0 victory, taking the Rockets into the quarterfinals of the Nedbank Cup. And hard luck to Masandawana. They are out of this competition at this round. And that's it from here at a sold-out Solomon Mahlangu Stadium. From myself, Lonabo Miso, and the SABC Sport crew, have a lovely evening further. More action coming up after this.
All right, so thank you so much to Lenobo Miso there, just catching up with the coaches. Perhaps we can get quick thoughts from our analysts. So, Shampa, I'll start with you in terms of Coach Beganovic just speaking on the game, speaking about wanting to give the youngsters a chance, gave them the chance. Ngwenya on debut finds the back of the net for the TS Galaxy side. I suppose the different changes made to the starting 11 had a different effect on both sides today.
Yeah, their changes were in the whole team. They had individuals that they had to pull out of the lineup in Mgaga in that midfield, where they brought Maduna in the midfield. And I think you spoke about the young star who came on with the right moment, with the right attitude to come and bring that energy into the strike force of TS Galaxy. You saw how he won the ball. You saw how he finished the ball. You can tell that he's very excited to be in that team. And you need youngsters who, when you give the opportunity, they must take it with both hands. And we can easily agree that this kid, deserves to be in that starting lineup. With the moments that he showed in the first half, of course, he showed that he's ready to play.
You have to also give credit to the coach, and he speaks about what they did on the training ground coming to fruition on match day. That's what every coach loves. Whatever they worked on, the systems, the plan they put in place to beat Sundowns, they applied it to the T, and it worked. They suffocated Sundowns, especially in the middle of the park. And Ngwenya was a big part of that. But if you want to really understand this performance, you look at Zindonga and Mahlambi. They were willing to sacrifice themselves going forward in order to do the job, especially in the second half, how hard they worked defensively. And then obviously when they did go forward, they also, try to contribute going forward. But their willingness as attacking players to go back and do the job
and
defensively and do it effectively, that speaks to the synergy within this Galaxy team. And that's what makes them such a tough outfit to beat. And that's why they were so good on the day.
All right, so let's take you through to a quick ad break. When we return after the break, we continue with our wrap-up of this encounter. And of course, we remind you that SABC Sport will also be bringing you the clash between Golden Arrows and Stellenbosch FC. Counter Mamelodi Sundowns being knocked out in the round of 16. It is the Rockets of TS Galaxy that rocket on into the quarterfinals of this edition. Let's now catch up with the man of the match in this encounter, Captain Fantastic Umbunjana.
Yeah, it's a good victory. It's a good victory, and congratulations to us for going through to the next round. It was a much-needed win for us in terms of trying to get our confidence back up, because in the Betway Premiership we haven't been doing so well. So we needed this win just for it to help us boost our confidence, bring our confidence back, and it's a very important win, especially in front of our fans.
Speaking of the fans, I mean, they come here week in, week out to support the team. And today, their support's obviously very important for TS Galaxy as well.
Yeah, they help us a lot. They cheer us, they push us, they support us. Even the previous week when we played Nedbank here, they came in numbers and they helped us a lot. And we really appreciate our supporters. We love them. We appreciate everything that they do for us. And this is the best way to thank them for their efforts, for their monies, for their traveling and everything. This is how we can say thank you to them.
And as the captain of the team, I mean, you're finally able to get new players. And on the day that you get a new player, Spamandla Ngwenya scores his first goal on his debut.
Yeah, congratulations to Spa, especially for making his debut. A young player, a young boy, very down-headed, and is willing to listen, is willing to learn. I'm happy for him. He gave us a very good first half, came on, scored, and that's the best 45 minutes you can ask for a debutant, and especially for his age, against the opposition that we're playing against. So I'm happy for him. I'm happy for Mahlambi for the performance. I'm happy for Junior for his goal also. I'm just happy for everyone. It's just a team performance. Everyone played so well.
And with that performance, it comes at an important time where you face Kaizer Chiefs in the next game.
No, I haven't checked the fixtures, but it's a very important win, like I said, so it can help with our confidence. And yeah, if the next opposition is Kaizer Chiefs, then it's fine. At least our confidence will be way better than where it was before this game.
Congratulations, Mlungisi.
Thank you.
All right, Mbunjana, they're very happy with that man of the match performance. Just also speaking about that element of the fans coming out and supporting them, a sold-out affair, 15,000 people at the Solomon Mahlangu today, and just wanting to repay the fans with a performance. They're
really starving for football in that part of South Africa. You know, that's the only team that they have in TX Galaxy, and they don't take so many matches there. You can tell the excitement of the fans to go there and watch football. My son is there to watch football for the first time, I'm sure. He's disappointed.
Yes, you said your son is there because he's such a big Mshishi fan.
Yeah, he's there to watch Temfazane. He calls
you
him
need to check on your son.
He didn't. Mamelodi Sundowns didn't win the match. I'm sure he's set to have such an experience, first experience in the stadium, not to win the match.
It was a great atmosphere. You have to say that. That's what you want to see, and we need to see more of this in South African football, where a team like TS Galaxy can fill out the stadium, and a large number of the supporters were Galaxy fans. It wasn't like the entire stadium was Sundowns supporters, and so it is great to see, and I think they'll definitely want to take a lot more of their games to that venue. If that's the kind of atmosphere, and you could see the players drew from that. With just the desire, the intensity. The coach spoke about, that second half, how the game management, everything they did, you could tell it was, feeding off the crowd as well. A great effort from Galaxy all around. And again, to the supporters, well done for coming out in numbers.
All right, and of course, we also got to hear that football banter out in the stands, the song the TS Galaxy fans were singing, also the Brian Leon celebration, but I'm told by my analyst in studio it's a trending dance. Let's take you through to an ad break. When we return, we start wrapping up our production this afternoon. See the Rockers that are through to the quarterfinals of this edition of the Nedbank Cup ahead of Mamelodi Sundowns, who were, of course, semi-finalists last season. And you actually look at the record of the two sides coming into this game across all competitions. It was Masandawana leading with 8 victories, TS Galaxy just with 2, and 2 encounters ending in a draw. They now add a 3rd victory to TS Galaxy. But let's then take a look, gentlemen, at how TS Galaxy find that second goal still in the first half. And we spoke about the youngsters being given a chance on both sides of the field. But here we see a youngster in Sibiya making an error that eventually gives TS Galaxy the penalty.
Experience from Mahlambi. In as much as he's young, he has played so many matches more than Sibiya. You can tell he hedges him to make that fall. He drew that fall. Make sure that you put the foot and he put the body between the ball. Look at that marking.
Yeah,
he knew what he was doing. He knew that he wanted to win this penalty.
And you can see the foot. He just puts his foot there
between
as the ball. Tackling. Yeah.
So that's an experience of a player that has been playing so many matches. You learn this through the matches that you're going to play. And I'm sure there was some tackles before like that, where he was chickening out and he didn't win penalties for the team. And when he sees such a moment, of course, he wanna benefit from that. That was a good penalty from Zingdonga. We always say it has to be a good penalty, but a good penalty is when you hit the back of the net. Other than that, it's not a good penalty. But I love how he was composed. I know how he wanted to do that. You can tell that he's experienced now. They rely on him to make sure that he takes the chances. But what I like about his performance today, he, like you said, he really sacrificed himself to play as that winger, box to box as he did. I thought he was our man of the match today.
Yeah, certainly a fantastic performance. So you look at Mhlambe, I mentioned those two, Zindonga and Mhlambe on the flanks for Galaxy. They were solid. I really feel for Tato Sibiya there. It's a young man who the experience definitely got the better of him, because he would know now, and I hope that he learns from this, that once you're in the box in that situation, there was no reason for him to tackle, because Mahlambi hadn't beaten him. And he was there. He could have covered. I always say with youngsters, run with him. Don't be afraid to run with him. Don't overcommit yourself, especially in the penalty area. Mahlambi would have needed to take an extra touch. And then who's another defender? The line is a defender as well. So he would have run out of space. And so this has to be a massive learning moment for Tato Sibiya.
Experience.
Indeed, Tato Sibiya there, of course, just giving that penalty, fouling Mahlambi in the penalty area. Gentlemen, I want to get your thoughts quickly as we wrap up on this one. Your thoughts in terms of the action SABC in particular is bringing our viewers at home. SABC2 starting with the build-up now at 5:30. Lamontville Golden Arrows Abafana Westende hosting the Maroons of Stellenbosch.
Another exciting fixture. We all know that when Stellenbosch plays, when Golden Arrows plays, there's this different game models, but what I know is there will be goals. Exciting one, and I'm sure the viewers will enjoy the match.
Your two former coaches, eh?
Yeah.
So you know them all. Yeah, certainly I think it's going to be a great encounter. Two fantastic teams, fantastic coaches. And again, it's going to be a battle of two contrasting playing styles as well. And that's what makes this game so interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting game. You can catch that build-up starting at 5:30 on SABC 2. This is tomorrow's action, though. It's the University of Pretoria that will be playing host to Babina Noko in Sekhukhune United. Gentlemen, your thoughts on this one?
I want to go to the stadium and watch this match. It'll be interesting to see how this University of Pretoria, give this Sekhukhune team a challenge, because we all know that when they are playing at home, it will be always those students will come and watch this match, and they push their team to that level of making sure that they compete. But Babina Noko don't take nothing away from them. They've been doing so well this season. Even the previous season, they've got players that they can cause upset and problems for this University of Pretoria.
Yeah, going to be a great one. I think Sekhukhune have to really step up and show their class. They want to be amongst the front runners in the league, and they want to show their dominance as a top team in South African football. These are the kind of games they have to dominate.
And of course, next week, Saturday, the whole country comes to a standstill. We all hold our breath for the Soweto derby. It is the Kaizer Chiefs that will play